What up, everybody? Welcome back to Henchgate. We are the YouTubers of Attitude. I'm Jared.
Ron here.
It's Saturday. You know what that means. It's time to review some Power Rangers Dino Fury. Episode 7. Don't want to offend the UK people. You know what I mean. All right, it's episode 7, Power Rangers Dino Fury. Be sure to give this video a like, share, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell icon to be notified when we post videos, and go live and follow all of our social media and Twitch. You gotta give this 3 years, almost 4 years. All right, I got my pros, I got my cons. A lot of pros, not many cons, but it's a big fucking con. That's like the thing with this. The last couple of episodes, just big cons that don't hold the episode back. I also had episode 5, but at the same time, it was like, okay. Oh wait, I need notes. But we start with the Rangers over at the base, I believe. Jesus Christ. It's like I watched this episode back to back. Yeah. So we start off with Dino Henge, and Solon reveals that they could find Hobby Zord. That's all well and good. He's actually not there. And I like they're wondering where Hobby is, and Izzy's just like, either he's got a new instrument, so he's going to go test it out, or he's got some bubble guts. So I found that funny. And you cut to Hobby at the park messing with his keytar. So I'm like, oh, he finally got his keytar.
Looks cool.
That like he wanted that when he first applied for Buzz Blast, so that's cool. It's like I like that they stayed consistent to that he wanted it, and I guess off screen he was working long enough to afford it. A keytar is like what, a couple $100 at most, maybe $1,000.
Depending what you get, yeah, close to a thing.
But yeah, he was able to afford it. Good on him. He's playing it at the park, and I'm trying to think the entire. Like I said, I watched this twice back to back, and I was like, what does this song make? It's the song he's playing on the keytar makes me think of something like either like an anime or maybe a video game, but I don't know. And it does not say anywhere here on the wiki at the time being. Whatever. So he's playing, and Jane and Jayborg show up trying to find news or whatever. Then they see Hobby on the keytar. At first, I'm like, your boss sees you outside of work. It's awkward, but Jane is not the.
Oh, I would hate that. Oh my god, like no to stay at work.
I would fucking hate that shit. But Jane is not a normal boss, as we have seen in this show, and she's actually very impressed that. And actually, it would be cool. It's like, oh, if in Buzz Blast he can cover some music stuff because he's musically talented. He's very
he can make some music for them.
Like he could cover bands and whatnot. And I'm just talking about future down the line. So that's like she's impressed. And then you got Jane and Jayborg rapping and dancing.
Yeah.
I wrote here, I'm 50-50 on that. I'm very 50 because I'm like, it did.
So that's fair. 50-50 sounds fair.
For Jane, her rapping didn't suck. Actually, it flowed well enough to the generic Power Ranger beat that they produced. So there's that. And then it started scaring some birds away. And Warden Dickhead pops on.
Sounds about right.
Yo, I'm mad. I literally wanted to throw something this episode. I got as mad as I did when Izzy went off on her cousin Lily because I'm like, well, because the story was, I already went on that tangent that the story wasn't there, it wasn't earned, and because Lily was so fucking sweet that the writers dared to even write something like that. I went, calm down. Warden Dickhead, he's like, oh hey, get the hell out of here, y'all are loitering. You're scaring off the birds. It's mating season. I'm like, this man cares more about birds fucking? Are you?
It's fair, man. It's the new season. They got those chicks out of the eggs.
He worry about birds fucking. I literally write that down. He worry about birds fucking. Really? And then he's like,
yes.
Hey, Hobby, why do you have this instrument? Where did you get this instrument? It's like, I paid for it with my own money. What the? I feel like I've had this conversation. It's like, this is just deja vu to me personally. He's like, I paid for this with my own money. And he's like, nah, man, I'm taking this back. You could have spent money on something more worth something, or save your money on worth something. Like, I went, That's like so hypocritical because it's like you tell your kids, you want this, buy it with your own money. Here I did. No, you wasted your money. What the fuck you doing? Yo, I had a headache. I was mad because I don't like Warren Garcia, and because that dealt with shit like that before personally. So yeah, fuck Warren Garcia. And he's like, oh, you tried the harmonica and you played the flute. I like Javi's response, like, I still play the flute sometimes. So yeah.
Yo, now I'm watching that scene. It's like, oh, it's like Link Man with Ocarina trying to
right. I want my kids to be. If my kids are musically talented, I would want them to be like, oh, if you can play the drums, you can play the drums. You can play the guitar, you can play the guitar. Dude, fucking.
Oh, they will learn the ocarina.
Ocarina. Goddamn right. You right. Thank you, Ryan. Ocarina. Like, I would want my kids to learn so many instruments. I would encourage that. And like,
well, it depends what they like. It's like, sure, they can learn instruments, but it has to be instruments they actually
what's his name? I mean, I'm gonna Google him right now. I think it's Bob Dylan. Fucking performed. He played OD instruments on stage. Bless you.
That is impressive.
Like he got. Like, let's see if it's yeah, Bob Dylan. Dude got like come on. I would want my kid to be like Bob Dylan, that talented. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Tangent. All right, moving on. So Javi's not too he's upset. But before we even actually yeah. So he gets to the chamber so that they can explain to him. At first, Ollie's like, hey, look, man, we've all been there. Better out than in, though. Oh, god damn. His delivery is good. His delivery is spot on. They tell him that they were able to find the Zord, but for like a split second they were able to, but then he's upset. They're wondering what's up with him, and he's just like, look, I like, cool, let me know what happens. I'm out. I liked his I liked Chance's performance this entire episode. And I'm just gonna say it right here. That is one pro on my list right now. Is just his performance is hot. They're all great. They're all great. They're all terrific. But Chance brings it this episode, and you could definitely tell. So Izzy goes off to see what's up with him because she noticed something's wrong. It's not his stomach, obviously. It's not his stomach. That was just more played for gags, but it's still it's good. It's good. It's good banter. But then she goes and meets up with him at the park, and she tries to console him. But before that, Boom Tower takes a Sporix cell and puts it into his chest cannon to be enhanced. Because Mucus is just like, Void Knight's gonna like. I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up, Mucus. I didn't like you in Real Soldier. I don't like you now. I don't like you.
I remember that.
Oh God, where are the Ghostbusters so I can just use the goddamn ecto, whatever. I can't even talk right now straight because I do not like him. I don't like Mucus as much as I don't like Warden Garcia. Yeah, but yeah, no, Izzy finds Javi at the park. And Boom Tower, and then they all show up. Then they do their morph. Then Zato, Amelia, and Ollie show up and do their thing. Boom Tower is just a little too strong for them this time around.
As he was supposed to be before he got shorted with the orb thingy. That was a black and green keys.
Yeah, but then they got blasted anymore. Izzy tried, Javi used his shield. I actually have that figure. It's from Real Soldier, but yeah, it still counts. He used this form. Comes with a little sword and everything. He had this form.
Okay.
I picked this up at the Gashapon thing at Mitsuwa. I love this thing. But he used this form. I think I'm gonna bring it out. Every time he uses it in an episode, I'm just gonna bring him out. But yeah, so he used this form to shield, and then Izzy was going to use her speed to go at Boom Tower, but she got knocked back and demorphed, and she was badly injured. And I like this episode shows that being a ranger, it is not easy, and there are consequences. She's got a fucked up arm at the end of the episode, but she still has to go to school. But that I'll get to that.
I mean, those armor, it's like latex armor is not good for everything.
Right. So,
But hey, at least blocks fatal blows.
yeah, she's obviously injured, and Javi's trying to get her to safety. Then Warden Garcia shows up, and he's like, "Izzy, what happened?" Javi goes like, "Oh, Black Rangers saved us in time because a monster attacked us." Oh my. War. Okay, I'm gonna read this off the wiki right now.
Okay.
All right, because I want to make sure I got this right because I was so angry. Yeah, so Javi protects her with the shield. She gets blasted. Javi takes down the Warren Garcia. He explains that they got caught by the attack and only managed to escape thanks to the Power Rangers, most likely, but more specifically the Black Ranger. He accuses him of not doing enough to protect Izzy as she is more injured compared. So yeah, he is upset. He's like, "Oh, so yeah, the Power Rangers saved her. Well, where were you? You clearly didn't do enough. Now she's hurt." I went, "Wait a fucking minute, you piece of shit, favoring her." And the fucked up part is, she's the stepdaughter. That's his actual biological kid. That is his actual biological kid, and it pisses me off in two ways. First off, that's your biological son, and you just clearly favor the stepdaughter, one. And two, that's the older sibling, so of course he favors the younger sibling over the older sibling. That one pissed me off because I'm the older sibling of my brother and I. Oh, God.
Ah, he has that kind of tough love kind of personality.
He is your flesh and fucking blood, and you woo.
Exactly, that's why he does the tough love.
Oh God, and he's like, "Yo, you didn't protect her." Well, I'm like, "Fuck you, Warden Garcia. Fuck you. I don't like you." Yes, I know. We understand that's part of his character. He pisses me off as much as John Walker's U.S. agent pisses off people from Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh my goodness.
And I defend both actors in this case. I don't like the characters. I like Wyatt Russell as U.S. agent. He is, especially after the last episode. Everyone thinks that's the darkest moment in MCU. Watch Punisher and Daredevil. Watch those shows and come back to me and talk about dark MCU shit. Watch Punisher season. Oh my God. I literally watched that episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier and then went back and watched Punisher trailer for season 1. And I'm like, yeah, people complain about that. Come on. Homeboy wrecks a whole platoon. Guns blazing. He's bloody. Oh my God. Punisher is amazing. But back to Power Rangers. Oh man, back to Power Rangers. Warren Garcia, his actor, is fine. He portrays his character, but I do not like the character. And I bring kudos to the actor for making me hate this character. Kudos to that. Moving on. Back at Dino. Right. I also wanted to bring up Ollie, Zato, and Amelia's civilian fight was badass.
And I don't get that often.
All civilian fights and Power Rangers, it is badass. But I just think everyone's bringing it up, and I wanted to bring it up too. It is good. It is damn good shit.
Come on, man. If you can't be a fighter in your civilian form, well, you can't be a fighter in Power Ranger form.
So Hobby tells the people, tells them back at the base what's up his ass. What's not taking these up his ass? What's bothering him? Because he's valid. It's valid. Fuck yeah, it's valid to feel this way. Yeah, because they find out online that he was playing the guitar, and they're like, "Oh, that's impressive," because they figure out that's when he's playing his music. That's how they were able to find the Stegazord, which I'm gonna call bullshit on, but whatever. And then they see online that Warren Garcia taking away the keytar. I mean, yeah, they're like, "Oh, so that's what's been bothering him." Obviously, because it's like, "Yo, what the fuck? That's fucked up." Yeah, even because nobody likes Warren Garcia. Let's be real. Nobody.
So far,
no one likes that fucking tool. Jesus. But they find out, and then that's when they find out that because of Javi's music, that's how they can find the Stegazord. Even Javi, logical, is like that makes no sense. That my music is what's calling out my Zord. That's more of a Cue to you jerks. That's the wrong Dino season, people. That's more Dino charge. And then he's like, Solon, she's like, don't question it, don't worry about it. And I'm like, oh right, Power Rangers is the show that kicks science and logic in the dick.
Yes.
But even at the end of the episode, Izzy ribs on that. It's like, yeah, maybe you can play your music for your Zord once in a while. I'm like, ha. Everyone's shitting on that logic. That is bullshit logic. This fucking music is what calls out the Zord, but whatever. Oh boy. So we find out that blah blah blah. They test it out because he plays his whistle and it's true. Zato, Amelia, and Ollie take care of Boom Tower for the time being in their Zords until Hobby shows up. They obviously win, and then after that, Hobby checks on Izzy. Then I guess the next day or whatever, she's in a sling. She meets up with them back at Buzz Blast, and they get because of douchebag taking away Hobby's guitar, Ollie, Amelia, and Zato chip in together and give him a new guitar, which is cool. And he starts playing, and Jane and Jay Borg show up, and they start dancing along as well. Then Jay Borg dances and then just spins.
The usual comedy she's.
I'm gonna read it. I'm just gonna read it. Jane and Jay Borg join the dance only for Jay Borg to spin too fast and burrows into the ground, hitting the water main, causing it to spray all over the office. Okay, I didn't like that, but because especially after last week's little comedy gag with Ollie, that was better. Because I've explained why it's better. You can go check back to episode 6 review of Dino Fury to understand why. But and it just makes you think, oh, Hartford needs to fix up his robots. Was Mac his best achievement in robotics? And then everyone else is just secondary bullshit? I mean, come on, man. Hartford, you've had over a decade to work on your robotics after Mac. So come on, bro. Come on. I guess he wanted to make this one feel a bit more human, so he had Spencer adapt some of his human-like qualities. So that's why Dave Borg is so quippy. So I'm that's my own personal headcanon.
Man.
That's my personal headcanon for it. But whatever. But yeah, no, all in all. Oh, right. I forgot to mention Void Knight in this episode. He was not thrilled about the Sporks being used, but then obviously he got on board with it. Yeah, so there's not a lot that went wrong with bad guys this episode. There was no Sporks actually in this episode, so that's cool.
Oh, you're right. It was just Boom Tower. Sporks, they need a little more time to respond.
I like this error. I'm gonna read this error. The accident with the modern water main is purely with amusement by the characters. However, the damage to the floor and ground beneath it, plus the breaking of the water main, plus the damage caused by massive amounts of water spraying into the room would result in thousands of dollars in repairs and possibly add up to tens or even hundreds of thousands altogether. At the very least,
lucky, it'll be like at least $10,000. If lucky,
right? And it says also, at the very least, Jane, who would be expected to deal with it all, shouldn't be laughing. Yeah, why would you laugh at that? That is money.
What if she's like the supervisor and the main manager is the one has to pay for it?
No, it seems like Jane is like head honcho, but still, oof.
Yeah, you're right. I would be pissed off too. Oof, like, this is coming out of your paychecks.
Money! And then I would call up Hartford, like, yo, bro, you better get this shit fixed. And then Spencer would be on the phone. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, dear. No refunds. So, again, my own personal headcanon. Because it'd be cool. If we're going to have Kelson Henderson, spoilers, next week's episode is going to have Kelson Henderson back as Mick from Ninja Steel. Ninja Steel. I did it right. Happy? Oh, God. We're going to be doing that a lot next week. Fuck. A lot of Ninja Steel next week. Okay. But, all in all, this week's episode, I give it a 4 out of 5. Personal 4 out of 5. I'm just going to go out there. Pros, like I already said, Chance as Javi is a He brings it. Again, the cast is amazing. I like how Boom Tower was like, kneel before me. I'm like, kneel before Zod. I got that.
Hey man, he let that power go to his head.
Oh, son of Jor-El, kneel before Boom Tower. City Bitches. Sorry, I was watching Mallrats for Easter. Y'all gotta watch the show Mallrats every Easter. You know why if you've seen the movie. Moving on. This episode hits you in the feels. That's another pro, because just like Javi feeling down that he can't express himself. I definitely can relate to that personally. And just like his dad up his ass and always playing favorites to the second child, all relatable to me personally. But also, I'm pretty sure others can also relate to this, and like the way it's conveyed is actually very good. I wish that they could have conveyed more of Warden Garcia's dumbassery more in episode 5 to have that story earned.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be more, hopefully, more character development with him in the future.
I'm not holding my breath, but I'm hoping for it too. Come on, you know who.
There just has to be. He can't be Officer Warren Dickhead the entire season.
Remember who's writing the show? Not like they look. They're held back, so I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. The writers. Yeah, they gotta bring it though.
No. They're just holding back for now. He'll get his. He'll get his time to shine.
Holding back, or if they're being held back, I feel like they're being held back more. But they better be having something mint. So far, they're doing good. They're doing fine. Jane wrapped in Suck. I wrote that was a pro. I didn't mind that. And Zato needing to learn more slang. I really liked that. It's like,
no, I think he's good before the war corrupts him.
It's like because they're like, oh, Javi's salty about something. He's like, salty, like potato chips. Like, no, like he's upset. I like that. I'm like, because even I was I literally said when I was watching when Warden Garcia took away the guitar, I'm like, I'm salty as fuck. And then they bring that up. I'm like, that's good. I like that. Like I said, 50-50 on Jane and Jay Borg this episode. And then cons. Before we get to the big con. I already just said the music part of looking for the Zord it's not a bad thing, but still questionable as fuck. And then Javi
sounds like some sort of like legendary quest or something.
Whatever. I like
if they were actual nice.
Javi questioned it. Solon's like, no, don't worry about it. Like, oh, you're just Power Rangers kicking science and logic down the goddamn. And you're like, no, fuck you, logic. Get the fuck down. Stop trying to make sense of things.
There's
and
no
then
sense of Power Rangers.
But what brings it back to more of like half con, half pro, that Izzy even ribbed on it. It's like, oh, why don't you play your music to find your Zord? Fun. And then some of the quips.
Watch. When we watch Zenkaiser, there's going to be something music related now.
But it's going to be good. Zenkaiser can bring it. But that's come on. We already saw Zenkaiser just last week's episode. Shout out fucking Dino Fury.
Like, oh, bad luck. So, oh, too bad. They're not going to have Q Ranger for good luck now, so they're going to use it for their show.
They used Q Ranger for good luck, and then they brought out Rhea Soldier. I'm like, that's a fucking jab at Dino Fury. That's fucked up. But that episode brought the feels and whatnot. That was a good episode of Zenkaiger. I rewatched it today, and I was like, wow. Fucking wow. It's a long form story that's going on, and it's good. Zenkaiger is very, very good. Silly, but very good. And some of the quips when they were morphed were a little bit meh. But the big con of this episode was Warden Garcia, him favoring Izzy, him worried about the birds fucking more. They clear this park. These birds need to fuck. Get the fuck out of here. Fucking dick. Oh, I don't like Warden Garcia. He's an asshole. He could suck my dende for days on end. I don't care. But that's more of the character. Don't go after the actor or any of the writers. Even if the writing is terrible, I say that in a way of like, they can do better, but they're held back based off of the people in charge. But if they purposely make the writing terrible like they did in episode 5, then I'm going to shit on them for it. Because, come on, do better. You're better than this. Another big pro, which I already mentioned last week, Michael Hurst directing. If y'all don't know, Hercules Legendary Journeys. He was Aeolus. He directed episodes of that show, Xena Warrior Princess. He has been around. He also directed another New Zealand show. I'm gonna bring up right now. It is called that's in his IMDb. I'm not gonna bring it up, but it had Jungle Fury Purple in that show. It's a good show.
Jungle Fury.
I'm gonna watch that show later on. And also the writers, Alwyn, Becca, the usual, and another person named Guy Langford. All right. This episode is actually really good though. This episode is good. It's 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5, hands down. It worked. It brought out the emotions that it needed to. Yeah, the part of the Zord and the music part was stupid, but whatever. Not gonna hold the episode back. Warden Garcia being a fucking tool. As much as
it Dragon Zord, man. He's trying to become the new dragon.
It's whatever. It's a fine episode. But what did you guys think? How did you feel about this episode and whatnot? We'll be back with more next week of Power Rangers. Right now, we're gonna go over to Twitch. By the time you're watching this, we're gonna be watching Comrade Saber and Kick-Ass Sentai and Kaiser. So yeah, and then you all obviously will be seeing that next. You'll see that on YouTube later.
Can't wait.
All right. Until then, we'll catch you guys later. Fucking camera. Peace.
Bye.